Hello and welcome to more World War II 172 scale. We're going to look at some M7 priests. These are done up for use by the British in North Africa. They had these in latter half of 1942 into 1943. Used in some of the later battles there, like El Alamein. We're looking at two different ones. This is a kit I built, and I believe this is Italy. And this is a pre-made heavy, and it's metal and plastic Hobby Master. I'll look at this one first. They do a very nice job. I like that paint job. Big 50 caliber on there. See a nice layer of dust from being on the shelf for a long time. They called it a priest because that looks sort of like a pulpit. British had a sort of a naming thing going on. So some of their other self-propels, there was one called a deacon. And then another vehicle which I made is a bishop. We'll get to that in a future video. And then later on they replaced the priest with a similar vehicle so they could use just their regular 25-pounder, which was called a sexton. And that was used in later in the war in Europe. Let's take a look at the model here. Got some British Tommies, and yes, that looks like an American figure. But he fit the shape for the gun, and he hasn't been repainted over yet, but he's all right. There we go. Got a nice paint job there. Extra track. The shells. Well, there's this famous British helmet. The other guys have their berets on. Some track. Made it look like it had a little battle damage by not putting the other fender on there. This gun, you can see the shells in there. Lots and lots of shells. This guy's pretty good match for showing the gun in action. Back here, basic tools. So these would make nice dioramas and can be used in the desert war. Hopefully we'll get a big desert set up later in the year, maybe towards late summer. It's very hot out here. So that'll be fun to play desert war when it's hot. This is part of the, this one's a 4x4 board, and there's another 4x4 board there. This one's painted gray for the city fighting, but we have mats and then terrain I make to match it up. Hopefully we'll get that going. It's a long time because this room isn't always set up to be able to do that. So I'm just expanding out, so we'll get to that in the future. It's a very cool vehicle. I already did a video on some priests in American service in the standard green. I think, remember, I'll find the link to that so you can see that. Alrighty, so that's some nice self-propelled artillery, SPG, self-propelled guns, British service, North Africa. Until next time, more World War II 172 scale. Thanks for liking and subscribing.